textbook is going to say, oh, you hear things? Oh, well, here's this medicine. So whatever happened to God? So everybody that's ever said they heard something, it could be more than likely it was one of their spirit guides or angels or God, and they shut them off because you're not supposed to hear things in your head outside of your own thoughts. And it's like, what are they teaching these people? Entertainment purposes only, though. Remember that. The whole video. God, Anyway, so, oh no, wow, that was like magic. Alright, so right now it's a lot. So what I'm doing is I have a lot of anxiety from being in front of the camera. It just comes and it's like, oh my God, it's really frustrating. Part of it comes because speaking on what I'm going to be speaking on in my recordings and my videos, you're talking about being ostracized for this kind of stuff and not know, like, when now that I realize what I'm doing and what I'm talking about and what I can do, who I am and stuff like that, it makes it a little weird to finally speak about. So it's just life, and I just happen to have figured life out, which is really cool. It's just weird to tell people about it because I remember when I couldn't tell anybody, and it had to be my biggest secret because who would believe me? They thought I was nuts. I had to go to a mental institution and everything because I heard voices. And now that I understand a lot of the universe, a lot of this world, this planet, I'm trying to become comfortable telling people about it because now there's, I don't want to say millions, there ain't that many of us out here talking about it, but there's a whole lot of people up here talking about spirituality, and they have names for things I've been doing for so long, and I don't know how to call it what they call it because when I was learning myself, there were no words. There wasn't nothing that I could Google. I just had to look up who, I'm not gonna lie, there was this, I think Deepak Chopra was one of the, I'm probably saying his name wrong, Chopra, but whatever. Not whatever. I would love to respect it. I'm just not certain of its pronunciation. So much respect. I love him. He was at the beginning. I don't even remember what his teachings were, but it was the first around him, and there was this Indian man. I don't know. I think he's the first one that took me into a meditation and meeting God. And I was like, oh, this world ain't what they said it was. And then from then I couldn't go. But as you go through your awakenings and stuff, they look crazy. Life is crazy. And what you become. I want to say what you do. I don't even know what I was going to say. Sometimes like, okay, so basically, dang, this is so weird. I was just letting it free flow because I was supposed to talk to you about something. So it feels a little weird to be talking to you about something that I don't know about and to not know who you are that I'm talking to. That's weird because I literally have only been able to talk about this with 3 people. 3 people that I trust talking about it, and there's different levels of how I can talk about this. I'm tired a little bit, that's why. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out, I was trying to say that I learned how to channel. I mean, not learned how to channel, I guess I've always been channeling, but I didn't know that. I wouldn't have known that because I wasn't told that. I wasn't allowed to know that yet because I was under the impression that I was doing something else. I had no idea. Like, everything that I was doing, I had no idea what it was because there was nobody to tell me what it was. And when I did, let me tell you this. The first time I ever channeled. Okay, so let me just start here. And they always say, "Hi, my name is blah. I am a this or that, and a that or that, and a this, that, or the other or that, and that and that." And I'm like, it's me. I just found out that I'm channeling because there's a route that I took. Like some people say they talk to the Galactic Federation. Other people, I don't know who they talk to. I went the soul route, the human route to. So I skipped the aliens dimension. For me, it goes 3D. 4D is like time. Okay, it's this weird little in between space. 5D is what I call the fifth. Is it's here, but it's when you can use different gifts like telepathy and stuff. The fifth, I from my understanding and where I continue to learn from, okay, the fifth, from a teaching perspective, I always say the fifth is like where there's a lot of humans that know, and now I'm learning about aliens, so that's a whole nother sector that I didn't pay attention to, because like I said, there was the fifth, and then there was the sixth, which is where your soul is. On soul level, everybody has a soul, and when you can communicate with your soul, you can communicate with everybody's soul. So no matter what their human is doing, whether it could be like one of the worst people you ever know, you connect with their soul. First off, if you know them, then they're meant to teach you something regardless in this life. That terribleness that you are thinking you are exposed to, they're there to... Hold on. What I just realized, it's too much. It's too much knowledge. It's too much everything. I'm going to get everybody. I don't even know how to go get everybody. I am going and getting everybody. And I know you don't know what I mean by that. But something's telling me that somebody on this internet does. I mean, because to a certain extent, I know what I mean. I think I'm only playing coy, acting like I don't. So it's like, oh, y'all don't want you to sound crazy. But for the people that know, we know. And I am just still very bashful because I've never admitted to knowing all that I know. You know, you have to kind of... I've hid for so long because what I knew couldn't be true. You know what I mean? Like, and then when you had nobody to back you up and nowhere to read it from, it was just like, it was a solo journey. You're scared to peek your head out. I'm a Cancer, so I was like a crab, like one of the ones that like got a shell. I would peek my head out, check the weather. It's like, nah, not enough people know yet, because my trying to come out was wild. Because as you're having an awakening, if you don't have a reference, then you don't have no guidance on knowing how to get through one. You're just meant to whatever. So I just had to listen to my soul. I don't even know where... The hard part about all that I know is, where do I start? Because in truth, there is no beginning and no end. So I hesitated to come down here because what do I tell these people? Where do I start? There's so much. So I'm just here. I'm just talking. I may not post this, but I have to start posting something to just get used to just being out there, being seen by the 2 people that will see this right now. But I need to be vulnerable. I need to be vulnerable because if I don't get used to just being naked... Did I say just being naked? If I don't get used to just being naked, then they will never hear my truth. And I got some good stuff to tell people. So it's about to begin. We are about to show the world all that we can do as humans, as beings, as love. There's been other things on this planet that has known what we can do. And they've reigned over this planet for a very long time. And this is the thing. I never really talk about the 5th. This is the 5th, by the way. And honestly, I'm not going to try to explain it with a definition. It's just not real. Like, you'll figure out who the 5th are when I talk about them enough. If I talk about them enough, because the way I ascended, I skipped them. If it had lower vibration to it at first, I skipped anything that was lower vibration. So I accidentally skipped a whole lot of stuff. It was me, the 3D, skipped, I didn't even know that I was in, like, okay, we were far from fifth dimension, New Earth. So when I was going to the fifth, trust me, the humans couldn't even begin to start knowing any of the secrets that are coming out now, like the Diddy secrets and the Epstein. They wouldn't have even thought it, because the way propaganda, but this, because we're seeing it now because we're in the fifth now. This is New Earth. I know you don't know, well, whatever. This is New Earth. So, this happens too. I'm on a stream, right? This is what happens. So I just got to be authentic. Like, I'm talking to one of the 3 people that I ever talked to this about. If I'm on a stream and I lose it because I just start thinking, I'm just going to stop being perfect for this and just show how it really works. And if I get it again, I'll get it again. But I won't wait too long on it. I will probably edit and say, let's speed up the finding of this information. And usually sometimes I could talk through it. So this is, I'm breathing heavy. I'm sorry. This one going to be breathy maybe, because I'm working through anxiety. So if this is a video that I end up posting, just know you got to see me raw, trying to work through the energies that come from me beginning to tell stuff, you know? Oh God, I was rubbing this. Look, all right, let's get it together. All right, let's try again. All right, I'm gonna need a drink now. This is ridiculous. Look, I'm getting cotton mouth, but that might be from something else. Oh, All right, so, oops, I was loud. My bad. I meant to say, I'm supposed to say, for legal purposes. Oh, I ain't even on that subject. But if it accidentally comes out, everything that I'm saying is for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, people? Okay, and now that I said that. Alright, so I might have to put that at the beginning of the video, but whatever. I don't know. Beginning, end, no. I don't think it matters where it's at. Okay, so entertainment purposes only. Actually, I should put it at the beginning just in case. No, I think this is, listen, who cares? Let's stop. All right. Let me find where I was. I need to breathe. Listen. Oh, by the way, I'm going to talk fast regardless. It's what I do. When I'm on a stream, I talk really fast. That's what I call it. When I'm on a stream, that's pretty much when my soul and me are pretty much one. Now, when my soul comes down, not gonna lie. Sometimes you're gonna get what you get. Sometimes my soul is very regal. Sometimes, like, so when and sometimes God comes. You get what I'm saying? It's not always my soul. My soul I call the sixth. That means at the sixth I understand why the sixth dimension. I guess that's what I would be referencing. The sixth. That's what, anyway. On the sixth, that's where I know every reason the bad stuff happened. That's where everybody to do bad stuff or anything that's bad that's going on in the world, I can go and understand why it's happening, so I won't care the way other people will care, because how can you care in the sad way or the bad way if you know the good way or the good reason why it's happening? You know, so being on Earth when you're trying to act like you're upset about something that you know was needed to happen and why it needed to happen, it makes living here wild, because people are upset about things and you're like, oh, that sucks. It doesn't matter. You know, and so, but, so, okay, so that's only when you're at the sixth. Don't think I'm up there all the time where I'm just living this life and I know that I'm human, man. I took the human route. So sometimes I get stuck in the 3D or in a lower vibration or in a lower frequency that takes me out of resonance with what I usually do. You get what I'm saying? And I will experience it just like everybody else. So it all depends on which frequency you're at. That's just what it depends on. If you're at a higher frequency, you will probably experience, well, okay, if you're at a higher frequency, you can experience it, whatever. Y'all might not know what you're experiencing or that you're at a different frequency. You're just going to think you're happy and good things are just happening. It's probably because you're happy. You get what I'm saying? Dang, whatever. So the sixth is where you can go into all knowing. Okay, but you can experience the sixth as a human and be like, oh, so this is why that happened, or this is why. It's like, oh, okay, so you're still feeling the energy, but you're like, okay, I understand, so it calms it down. Now, when you're at the seventh, which is when you understand you're God, God is you, you are God down here, and God just saying what's up to yourself, and you just take a moment to just look and admire your work, and then you see your wife and you admire yourself. You know, God is a little bit of a I don't even think he gonna let me say that. No, it's the truth. God is a little bit of a narcissist, a little bit of egotistical. God created a world where he is himself, talking to himself, being himself. All right, so if I say himself or whatever, like, that means I came down a level. If I'm not God, that means I'm in either the 6th or 5th. I'm not really judging from how peaceful I am right now and how much I know. I would assume that I'm at the 6th, which would mean that my soul is down here talking for me, because Camilla, she wild. So I'm a little more calm and reserved right now, meaning it's probably my soul chilling out. But when it's God, when we go to the 7th, and it depends on what energy you're at. You know, God is super confident, and you have to be something of an interesting being or thing or just thing, consciousness, to create such magic. Okay. And I don't, trust me, it's not like, oh, you think you're God. It's like, no offense, I don't think I know, but trust me, as a human, I don't feel that comfortable when I am God, because I was raised Christian. Okay, so I still feel the little tremble more of me knows the truth, so I don't feel it that heavily. Well, I feel it, but it doesn't feel more than me knowing the God that I am, but there's a part of me that's definitely like, you what? Shh, don't tell nobody that. And it's like, why not? Because if they don't wake up, this world is going to continue to be very boring. And that's just that. So this is nothing that I plan on talking about, but I think I'm just venting because it's I don't get frustrated my human gets frustrated very much so, because she's very much impatient with the process of ascending. And when you've been doing it's probably because I'm telling myself, okay, to stop. But no, I interrupt sometimes, and I'm just going to be very authentic with how I would really handle this. As when, look, I'm getting all bashful and all tight right now, because it's like, you're about to tell stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's what we said we were going to do, is record. And it's like, well, who are you talking to? And now that I know that people are okay with saying that they channel, it's like, I have never channeled in front of people. I've channeled for my 3 people. They know when I'm going into being somebody else. We never called it channeling because it was just me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not channeling. Please, I don't even want to call it that. I'm talking to you with all of me. Dang, that was good. God, I'm going to keep that, because some things are just good. And that is my human appreciating my soul, because that was good. I'm talking to you with all of me, every level of me, because I need you to know that this is real. And forgive if I look away. I know I'm supposed to look at the camera, but this is such good stuff. And I'm used to just talking on the phone and looking away and going here. I can't just sit here and stare at you. That's too fake for me. I need to feel comfortable, because I'm already uncomfortable saying it anyway. So if you see my eyes, beautiful, right? Not my eyes are beautiful. I'm saying if you see my eyes, look, I'm working on being humble. So that, look, it's just what it is. Okay. If you see my eyes, then great. Okay. If you don't, forgive me, because that's just going to have to be how it be. Because I'm a weirdo. I'm a little uncomfortable sometimes. And then, my human is very uncomfortable. My soul is like one of the most confident beings on this, definitely on this earth. But I don't know about galaxies and stuff. This is what I'm just now learning about, because I told you I skipped. I just told you where I go. I go straight from 3D, which is Camilla, me, my human, okay, to, like, so I skipped the 5th before because they were doing too much lower vibrational stuff. And when I say the 5th, I mean like the government, again, entertainment purposes only. The government, the higher ups in the entertainment industry, the this, that, and the other, the people that understand what humans can do that they haven't told humans that they could do. So the 5th are the people that can understand telepathy and stuff like that, and they play. I don't even like to tell the truth on this too much, but now I can. They play in the dark magic and this, that, and the other, because they don't understand this root, the soulful root that is the root of God. Those other routes don't really work. That's why they can only get to the fifth. They won't reach the sixth because you have to be pure. You have to do a lot of shadow work. You have to hold such a high resonance to reach the sixth. And they can get there because they're stuck at greed and they're stuck at controlling the masses, because most humans don't know about manifesting, which is creating their own reality. If you can get humans not to know that, then they don't know anything. It's just the truth. They won't know anything about creating, and whoever controls the media controls the world, and they care about controlling the world. It's like, y'all don't even know what to do with the world. Who cares about controlling it? Y'all are making it about money. So this is why I don't really talk about the fifth, because it was too much. When I say too much, there are good people in the fifth. There are good higher ups. I'm not saying all of the million and not millionaire. Million ain't what it used to be if y'all didn't see that. But the billionaires and some of the, and not all billionaires, there's levels to it. So I'm going to just leave room for the positivity in the fifth. Everything is balanced, but the fifth, anyway, I skipped the fifth, put it that way, because it's unbalanced. Very unbalanced, and I don't need unbalanced energy. I like to stay in the light, and I don't have time to be battling that. So I skipped the fifth. They didn't want me, like, when you first reach a resonance, a frequency where you get the fifth, they swat you out of there. I called them Big Boss, and I didn't know how to face Big Boss yet. That's what I called them, because I saw this world. Let me get this drink though. Hold on. Yeah, let me breathe. I'm just gonna do this raw, man. Hopefully I ain't breathing all crazy on here, because this anxiety is real. And this mic is better than I thought. I'm like, dude, it be picking up everything. I don't want to take it down too low. Sorry, y'all. Okay, maybe whatever. Alright, I'm probably gonna press pause. 1 second. I was talking about the fifth, and why I don't talk about it. Okay. Do I have enough breath? God, anxiety. God, I gotta breathe. God, dog, I want to talk about it so bad. Hey, yo, I don't know how y'all do this. How do y'all be looking at this light? And it's this bright light going around there. I chose these cool colors. It's like, use the white ones, and man, I'm lucky I'm here. You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna be what it's gonna be, because with the Mercury retrograde just ending, I can't even breathe. I must need to work out. No, I'm nervous. I talk a lot. I talk a lot all the time. Ask my friends. My two friends. Dude, it's crazy when you elevate, and then when you go on your soul journey, your friends just start dropping off like flies. Pew, pew, pew. Because they're bad people, it's just you grow apart because your lives just become so different. Friends that I never thought I'd stop talking to. It's just you love them and you remember the time when you loved them, but they're just not there anymore, and it's okay. And I think like we've been stuck in a time where it's like, no, everybody has to stay forever. No, some people stay for as long as they stay, and if they come back around, that's great, and if they don't, I hope they're living great lives. You get what I'm saying? Like, you didn't stay in my life forever. Like, did you marry me? Sorry. See, that's me being real, like, whatever. I'm trying to loosen up. Look, I'm trying to loosen up. I can't loosen up. Okay. Alright, so what I was saying was I skipped the fifth because it was too much lower vibrational stuff. So I was saying that I go to the sixth. What was I talking about? I'm gonna rewind it. I'm trying to relax. My anxiety, you guys really don't understand how difficult it is to speak about this. And it's so wild because other people speak about this like it's nothing. And I'm like, must be nice. You get what I'm saying? Must be nice to be, it looks like it's a lot of the young people too, to be so young and come into it in a time where where it's being talked about everywhere, so it's nothing to be the next person talking about it. Whereas me, when it came out, I was, shoot, I just about ostracized. My family thought I was a nut job. And honestly, to be honest, I was a nut job. What can you say? You were a nut job because you're having an awakening and you don't know what an awakening is. You don't know these energies. And all right, so there's, okay, so I guess I can explain this. When you're at, depending on which vibration you're at, some people will say what happened to me. Well, all right, on the 3D, a PTSD attack. The 3D people are going to say you had a PTSD attack. I'm going to be healing people with, well, wow, did I just say that? Because this is a channel or whatever they call it. Dude, I can't say that when it's just me and it's my soul. But it's my soul. My soul is smart. I mean, I think I'm, whatever. Anyway, not my soul is smart. It's all knowing. Oh, because I haven't explained like how it's a breakdown of God. Yeah, whatever. I'm hoping that people understand. Well, whoever sees this, most people that are, if you are seeing this, you are more than likely vibrating so high. If you've stayed this long and understood what I've said, hello, hi, say something to me in the comments, because there's not many of us, there's not many people that can understand what I'm talking about. Some people are like, oh, whoa, she's nuts. Other people are like, oh my God, thank God. I've been waiting for somebody to say something that makes some sense. What is going on in this world? And then there's the people that like, what the heck? Oh no, voodoo or it's the devil. And it's like, dude, it's God. Like, don't y'all want to meet God? It's the wildest thing. You know what I'm saying? People's fears of what they think God is so crazy. Yet, if you say you're talking to God, people will say, no, you're not. because it's not how they understand it to work. And it's like, but I am. And yeah. So anyway, what was I gonna say? Trust me, I'll get to all that later. I'm just trying to give a preface. I wasn't really trying to give a preface of anything. I was just explaining life for a little bit. So anyway, the 5th. I like I said, I skipped the 5th because, oh, this is what I was telling y'all. I was saying that I treat it like a video game because when, like, all right, oh no, I gotta finish explaining this. The 3D are gonna say an awakening is a PTSD attack. Once that was the biggest blessing I ever received, because the PTSD is, I'm gonna have one about the disabilities and how you can use those to ascend. PTSD taught me the karma cycle. Once you realized how the world comes, how it works, I mean, I don't know how to explain it on this video because that's not what this one's about. Oh, I think I may have already did it. Listen, my memory also, not, actually, look, I'm not going to say that either. Look, I catch myself. I'm not going to say anything. Forget that. 3D will say it was a PTSD attack. The people that understand a little bit of the 5th are going to say, they attacked you like it was a curse or a spell or, you know, something, black magic or whatever. All right, that's fine too. The 6th, when you've reached your God level, and not your God level though, not like God, the 7th, but your soul, which is still a look, I'm gonna use Ebony's word, a fractoid. Look, that's a new word, that's not what I use, but because, yeah, anyway, it's like a fractoid of God version. You know what I'm saying? So it's like God individualized. Okay, so there's God, when we're everything, and I'm you, you're me, we're we. It's just not that fun to come down here and, like, if you're in love, to kiss yourself, then you're a super narcissist. You know, it's weird. It's better to come down a dimension to where you're not God and God gets to be just what God is, and you are individualized. So then there's everybody's individual soul. Thank God, because they're the parts of the people that are still connected to God. There's always a piece of anybody that is connected to God, even the worst ones. Until you've been to hell, please do not tell me about what's in hell. Okay? And listen, and I am not going to shy away from honoring all that hell is. And if only so many people understood how in hell they are on this earth, hell being the lowest vibration, you get what I'm saying, where it starts getting unpleasant and you're manifesting not so great things in your life. Again, that's another story too. I get a little anxiety because raised Christian, I already know I already know about what the Christian's gonna think, and I can already feel their energy of because I am one, so I know how they'd react. But if you just understand that it's a frequency, forget that. I'm not trying to debunk hell right now. So anyway, you will, on the 5th, there somebody's going to say that it was an attack on you, a spell or something. And so if you're believing that, good, at least you're believing some kind of magic exists, because it does, but on the 6th, your soul is going to let you know exactly why that person did whatever they did, or why you're meant to feel this energy. Me, I got to experience it on every level. I thought I was attacked, it was this, it was that. I went through all of them just to find out that I'm all right, guys. Nothing sucks more than being on a stream. Well, I can imagine nothing sucks more than being on a stream and then your video cuts off. I wouldn't really know because I haven't been recording long enough for me to really have this happen. But I can only imagine that has to be the worst, because I'm already... Oh, well, I say being it when I'm on a stream, meaning... And I say that because I'm connecting. I wish y'all could see my ceiling. I might show it, but if you see any of it, it's kind of like being on on one of these streams of light that I have going up there. But when I'm on a stream, it's like a higher vibration of knowing, and it's like really fast energy. It's a fast frequency. And when you're there, you're just coasting. And so my soul is just talking to y'all, right? By the way, this is my first time I ever said that I have a soul and it's talking to people, because it's like you're chameleon. It's like, yeah, some people call it multiple personality disorder. You get what I'm saying? But when I do my video on how the disabilities help you and stuff like that, you really, because you understand that you have to accept that you hear something outside of what other people hear. Excuse me, sorry. You have to admit that, which means textbook is going to say, oh, you hear things? Oh, well, here's this medicine. So whatever happened to God? So everybody that's ever said they heard something, it could be more than likely it was one of their spirit guides or angels or God, and they shut them off because you're not supposed to hear things in your head outside of your own thoughts. And it's like, what are they teaching these people? Entertainment purposes only, though. Remember that. The whole video. God, Anyway, so... Oh, no. Wow, that was like magic. I was on a stream, and I guess people say channeling, Let me say something about that. This is what throws me off about it, is because I guess it's called channeling, but when I say channeling... To me, that's like I'm talking to somebody outside of myself. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm channeling somebody outside of myself. Then I might say channeling. You know what I mean? But like, for instance, when somebody's... I covered up what I was saying. Well, let me just be honest. When my friend's dad, who has passed on, when his soul came to me the first time, I guess I would call that a channel, but I wouldn't say that. I'd just be like, oh my God, his soul came. You know what I mean? It's you. Why would you anyway? So it's a little more personal to me, the way I say I communicate with them. Channel, that's just, it's just, I'm getting stuck in words. Okay. So anyway, I always wondered why, when I hear people talking about who they channel and things like that, I always say, what about your soul? Like I'm sure they know that they have a soul or whatever, but I never hear them talking about the messages are coming from their soul. It's always like, I've heard Galactic Federation. I told you I skipped the aliens. I don't know much about that sector. I probably will now. You get what I'm saying? I've been told a lot, but I'm not really to say all everything. Anyway, because I guess when I skipped them, I guess I skipped them too. I didn't know I was skipping them. I thought I never took aliens. I hear that they like. I don't know, but I hear you're supposed to say extraterrestrial. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to respect that. ETs too, I guess. But yeah, I never understood. I never came across them to my knowledge, because I just go straight to soul and then God, so there's a lot of in between. So I think that might be where like some lower vibration also can still reign, because I like told you, when I skipped the fifth, no, I was trying to figure out where I was, whatever. When I skipped the fifth, that means I skipped everything that had a lower vibration, because I wasn't ready to face it. I was not ready to face it at all. No, because what I was saying is I treat it like a video game. I treated the fifth like Big Boss, because sadly, greedy humans, they don't want people to know what you can do, because then they can't control humans. You know what I'm saying? They can't control you if you figure out you have powers and that you can create the happiest place on earth for yourself. That sounds like a wish and a star right now. Like, what are you talking about, girl? And it's like, trying to tell you the way it actually is, but you have no way of knowing that, because you have no way of knowing how to do that. And if you found out, then these people that know how to do it can't control you and make you manifest the life that they want, that keeps you in poverty. And so that's the fifth. The people that want you to stay not knowing anything, they want you to stay asleep. That's why they say awaken. We're witnessing like another French Revolution. It's literally, me and my friend has dissected this, talked about it. And then now it's like, and I don't, like I said, I don't get into the fifth that often, because quite frankly, it's not that important. I beat it because I didn't focus on it. I didn't know how. Once you learn the art of war, it's not to worry, or to, when you're at sixth, you know why the fifth is doing what they're doing, because they're like gatekeepers. You get what I'm saying? If you face a lower vibrational energy, like, so when you go up there and then like you raise your vibration and you're where they are, if you feel danger and you don't know that on the sixth, you gotta skip them and go to God and know that you are them. That's what Neo did in the Matrix. You go the God route and you go from up down, if this is making any sense. But basically, let's just say you're ascending, right? And then you get to this level where there's these beings that don't want you to be up here, and it's like a private party and you're not invited, right? So at first you're gonna come. Look, I'm getting anxiety. I gotta hold on. Look, I'm so excited, because this is some wild stuff, and this is so authentic, because I don't talk about this. And so it's like, y'all, finish the story, and look, this is what my friends have to deal with. So if you with me this long, learn who I am, learn this is me, and this is authentic. So the story might not just be smooth, because I'm not, yo. I got my kyanite around my neck, like trying to just make sure I stay balanced, but I'm just like, all right, so forgive me. I'm so sorry. Anyway. So, I gotta get the stream. Where was I? The fifth is like, oh yeah, so imagine so you're ascending, right? You're this fake game or something. You're ascending, and then you get to this level that's like private, invite only or something like that, not knowing that you're invited clearly because you've reached here. But on the lower vibration of understanding, they literally boom, boom, like, get out of here. You're not welcome. They'll send their dark magic to you and this, that, and the other. Like I said, this is a lower vibrational way of thinking about the fifth and what's going on. And so when you face it, you got fear, you got whatever, and then so it sends you into a whirlwind, a spin, and it's like get out of here, you don't belong here, or something like that. And then it looks like your worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? But there's multiple levels to this, so I'm just gonna tell you this way. Okay, but on the higher vibration, if you have already ascended, and so you then go into being God, then you know that is just you, and you wouldn't harm you. You know what I'm saying? If you are the worst person, if you are the worst thing that can happen to you, then you know that you won't hurt you. If that makes sense. Hopefully it does. Rewind it if it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And so once I went past them, I just lived my life. There was nothing that energy could do because I chose the lighter vibration. If I chose, oh my God, they're after me and I gotta fight, nobody's fighting. The art of war is to not fight, is to not even give into it. If it's lower, even if it was real that they were bad, to be honest, they're gatekeepers, because if you are who you say you are, if you are pure at heart and you are meant to go up here, you would already know that I am you and I wouldn't hurt you. So we wouldn't be feeling and exchanging fear energy. We'd be greeting each other as saying, hey, welcome back. Go ahead. The gate is open. And I hope that made sense to you, because when I'm on a stream, I can't go back and understand, because I'm hearing some of it. Well, I know the story. I understand it, but that doesn't mean I know how it's going to come out. And sometimes it comes out so good, I don't know if it made sense, but I have to just hope that it did, because this is different and I'm not used to saying all this. Okay. So shoot. I mean, I ain't got to tell you everything all today, because after doing this, it's like, what do you title this? How it all began? You know what I'm saying? Or a snippet of how the universe works. Maybe I'll call it that. But anyway, so like a video game, you face big boss. It's like Mario Brothers, to be honest. It's like each level, like I honestly, I started to think that they were the levels of hell. I call it the seven deadly sins, because I think each one had his own little ring. And I think the Bible references something like that, but this is how I can interpret it with real life. And then it'll be like, pride, whatever. You have to go through forgiveness. There's so many different levels, and I look at it as like a school. But then once you ascend, you get to a level of knowing that eventually you clear all of your karma cycles. And anyway, I think that's good enough for explaining kind of how it works. There's just so much to tell. My other videos will explore more in-depth detail on how some of the videos will tell how the fifth work, and then I'll put very clearly I'll tell you, I think I'm gonna do the one on Ozempic, because right now there's an Ozempic epidemic, and I just understood how it's actually tied to the fifth, and just money, and the pharmaceutical companies just want more money. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm going to do a video on that. So it's going to be, I'm going to tell some of the fifth secrets, not that much because they're not important. What I really want to do is to help people ascend, help people to see what they can do on this earth, because it's cool. Tell them some of the secrets. I don't know what I can tell, what I can't. So a lot of these people, they know, oh, I'm a shaman or I'm a this. When I came out, none of those words were being told. I couldn't tell you if I've reached ascended mastery. I could tell you when I passed what we would have called a test, when I thought that I was being tested. But when you realize it's God, or what I call dad, or mom, it just really depends on the energies, whether it's the masculine or the feminine. There's so much to learn. There's so much to talk about. So I'm just going to see when I come down here what my soul decides to talk about each day. But this video, I guess, was just to explain kind of how whatever works that I said, because I really just don't remember. And you'll learn that too. I won't remember what I talked about, because I already kind of know it. So it's like, where do I start? Where do I go? And you're just going to be along for this ride with me as you try to learn how to ascend. And it's really tied to everything you do in life and working on it. But I did it from working from a human up. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like all of a sudden, like for instance with Jesus, it's like, oh, well, he knew everything already. Well, I didn't. You get what I'm saying? I didn't wake up and say, I know I'm God. That would have been a very nice start. I woke up just as lost as everybody else, thinking the same thing. I was born, like, my grandparents on both sides were the pastor and first wives of the church. You know what I'm saying? I was Baptist. So to have an awakening and then go into spirituality, understanding God in a whole different way, I am so grateful for my religion and what it taught me, because it gives you, like, it sets you on a course. Okay, I had to hop off the course and then meet God for myself, and not the way that it was being taught. Then I understood how it tied in. And then when I read the Bible, when you can read energy, and this is what they mean by parables, and the Bible is for who it's for. When you can read energy, you could tell the parts of the Bible that are of God because it has God energy. When you could tell the parts that don't resonate, meaning it probably ain't God's words, and it's okay. You have to understand that that's the truth. People don't like to accept that there's some parts of every book that are humans touch, and that is just the facts. You get what I'm saying? So people are I'm not even gonna talk about that. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot to learn. I had to unlearn a lot just to go learn it and realize how it actually fits. And so people think that people that are spiritual don't believe in God, or we believe in a different God. No, we believe in your God. We just got to know your God so much. You get what I'm saying? I understand the story of Jesus and earth and who we are better than a lot of people, and they would think it. I say I'm Christian plus because I'm Christian plus everything, because it's like Christianity was telling some truth in there. It's just a little misguided. All of it takes all of the, if you think that one religion is solely right, then it's going to take a little bit for you to understand the universe. God is everything, every person's religion, but I'm not going to go into the religious sector. So love is everything. Life is learning, and God is you. I hope to see you. Look, I don't even know how to end this. I hope to hear from not. Oh no, I do hope to hear from y'all. That'd be freaking awesome. Honestly, the energy is so different because after, dude, I can't. Why do I say channeling? I'm so sorry that I keep stopping on it. I don't know. I don't know if it's natural. After channeling, I'm going to see if I say that. After channeling, it is tiring. I always say after connecting with my soul, after letting my soul come, it is tiring. And so the fact that the video cut off, it's like, dang. And so it's just like, oh man, you're on a stream and then you come back and it's not at the same energy. It's the end of the day. And I'm tired. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, dang, it's almost like I want to tell you everything in one video, but I can't do that. Doesn't even make any sense. So I'll end it here. Not knowing what I've said to you, but so looking forward to what I'm going to say. As if I don't know if I said it already or not. Anyway, it's a pleasure having you all listen to me. I don't even know. I know when I watch people that do their tarot or this, that, and the other, they're feeling the energy of the universe. And so when I watch it, sometimes I'm feeling it in a past or a future or this or that. And the people that's on this level will understand. So it's kind of cool to not know when somebody is listening to this, if they're listening to this in the future or if this is in somebody's past already. Like, if that makes sense. So this is kind of cool. Whenever you're listening to me, it's a pleasure. Thank you for listening. This has been something I've been meaning to do, and you are helping me live my dream of awakening the world. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm out. Oh, God, that was it. I'm so scared that I did that.